Greetings, 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 royal family. Welcome back to another episode of the Morning Boogie with me, Royal B. Welcome, everybody. Those of you who are joining the chat pre-recorded live, hello. Drop your comments, drop your good mornings, everyone. Greet each other, continue to be friendly. Hit the like button if you're watching the replay. Make sure you drop your comments during the commentary. So we got, Miss Robbie from Sweetie Pies is on the list. Okay, she has spoken. So there's some tension going on as it pertains to her grandson. We got T.I. is on the list, of course. Loni Love and Mayweather. So kick back, relax. Let's just get straight into it. First up, Clifford Harris III. Is that really his name? Anyway, T.I. So he he apologizes to Deyjah Harris, his daughter. You guys know all of the shenanigans, the foolishness that is going on between T.I. and his daughter, Deyjah. I do not watch the Family Hustle, but I did see the recent episode, and I have been keeping up to date on this story. So T.I.'s daughter, she's just not feeling her father right now. Rightfully so. A couple of months back, not a year ago yet, but months back, he got on a podcast with two bird brain women, and I mean that they're bird brains. And he started talking about being a father, and he basically told his daughter's business, talking about he takes her to her GYN appointments. He talks about her being a virgin. He does the hymen check. He wants to make sure his daughter is still a virgin and her hymen is intact. And I call these women who were the hosts of this podcast bird brains because the entire time they were giggling about this. They were giggling about it. And again, these are women. Okay, so I didn't find that funny whatsoever. So, of course, everybody had their opinions. Fast forward, all of this is playing out now on the Family Hustle. So, Deyjah's mama, everybody's been asking, where's the mama at? And T.I. actually had a conversation that played out on the show. And Raniqua is her name. So, Mama Raniqua says, you and I know that she's very sensitive. I already have a problem with that, but I will reserve my opinion. She goes on to say, people are coming at her, so I feel like you kind of put her in that line of fire. I just think that the way you said it, you left it open. First of all, let me pause. You and I know she's very sensitive. Even if she wasn't sensitive, this is okay? Moving along, T.I. responds, because it was a joke. Raniqua says, it's the way that you told that particular terrible dad joke. No, pause, Raniqua, mama. It's the fact that he even talked about his daughter's sexual health. That is no one's business. She has a right to privacy. I don't care how old she was at the time. She is not a minor now. She has a right to privacy. Anyway, so Raniqua says, it's the way that you told that particular terrible dad joke and then you gave information. Come on, man. That ish sounds wild. You probably shouldn't have made a joke at all. Hindsight is 2020. T.I. says, I received that. Raniqua then had some words in T.I.'s favor. Listen to what she says. Please give this man a little bit of slack. Deyjah is his first daughter. He was not raised with sisters in the house. I don't even know why I even put this story on here. Anyway, she goes on to say, so the way that he approaches certain things are a little sketchy to women now because he's not been raised around women to know the do's and don'ts. Everybody makes excuses for this guy. And I think it's because he is the breadwinner. And the more that they make excuses for this guy, it boosts his ego, his false sense of superiority. And it is absolutely, positively toxic. T.I. responded, if I have genuine and sincere intentions to protect my daughter, what is the proper way to have the information that we need to have? Raniqua says, ask your daughter, and whether she tells you yes or no, believe her. Because really, at the end of the day, whether or not her hymen is intact it is not telling of whether or not she had sex. So if you tell the doctor to check her hymen and she's told you I've not done anything and her hymen was broken and she was telling the truth, now you coming down on her, telling her that she's lying. So in the confessional, T.I. says, I'm beginning to realize, damn, I didn't know as much as I thought I did. I think that due to my own ignorance of certain issues, I'm going to step back. So on the podcast, Reniqua, she says that Deyjah feels that there's no trust for what she says. Then she asks T.I., it's a bit misogynistic because do you do the same for your sons? Would you ever do that, sir? No, you would not. Now, at the end of the conversation, T.I., he says that he is able, he's able to accept full responsibility and acknowledges how wrong he was. He said this is the first time that his daughter made him feel like he was in trouble. Again, trivializing this whole thing. Oh, my God. So he had a message to his daughter. And he says, I apologize to Deyjah. You know I love you. You know I've always gone above and beyond to do any and everything possible to make you happy and to keep you protected. Translation, give me a pass because I take care of you, girl. Anyway, he goes on to say, but I have to acknowledge the fact that you have now become a young lady. I understand that. Some lessons are learned harder than others. But the important thing is make sure you get the lesson. So he also says that I realize how inappropriate the conversation about Deyjah on the podcast may have been, and I hold myself accountable and take full responsibility. This is what he said on Friends and Family Hustle. I was wrong. I am willing to accept full accountability 100% for everything I may have said. These are his words. May have said that shouldn't have been said. I apologize to Deyjah. You know I love you. You know I've always gone above and beyond to do everything, yada, 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 yada. So last week, Deyjah, she was seen telling her cousins, about this whole debacle, this humiliating debacle. And she said that she found it difficult to look at him after this incident, referring to T.I. And she also admitted that T.I. had been taking her for hymen checkups since she was 14 or 15. Now, here's the thing. No one should have known this. Especially, this is something that this is a but hold on, let's pause. Wait. So what I don't understand is, did Reniqua, which is Deyjah's mother, did she know that T.I. was taking their daughter for these checkups since she was 14 or 15? That's one. And if so, why is a conversation being had about this now that we know of, right? Two, Deyjah revealed that she went through a traumatic experience when she was younger, right? If you guys watch the show, then I'm sure you kind of know, or if she went through something traumatic when she was younger. Does T.I. know that? Now, Tiny is not her mother, but what does Tiny feel about all of this? Granted, it's reality TV, so Tiny may have told T.I. about himself on camera and maybe they edited that out. That's very well possible. T.I.'s mama was getting on him. There's too many yes men around him, and you got to watch out for people like that. You know what I mean? And I think he specifically has yes men around him. Deyjah is going to have to live with this for the rest of her life. And it's just traumatic, for her to go through the trauma that she went through, that she admitted when she was younger. And on top of that, this is not something that's going to go away. And as much as people like to cancel people, T.I. ain't cancel? I'm confused. Granted, you can parent your child however you choose to, but I feel like your children, no matter how young they are, they have a right to privacy, for Christ's sake. And again, why was there it doesn't seem like there was much of a conversation between Reniqua and T.I. prior to this. Why not? Drop your comments and let me know what you think. Let's move on. See, I just feel like people choose to be stupid. I think people choose to be ignorant at this day and age. I could be wrong, but I really stand firm on the fact that people choose to be stupid. And if you have people encouraging your stupidity, then it's all good, speaking of stupidity, this Ayana Mayweather, sis, you got to make this make sense. So as you know, Ayana Mayweather is the daughter of Floyd Mayweather, Yaya Mayweather. Just a few weeks ago, she was arrested for allegedly stabbing a young lady, during an altercation at her boyfriend or whatever he is this week to her, at his house. And she recently went on TikTok and did a video. TikTok is an app where you can reenact scenes and so on and so forth, whatever, video making app, and you share it with your followers, yada yada, right? So she was recently on TikTok, and she had a piece of steel in her hand. So the clip is basically her acting out the scene from Players Club where Diamond was in the dressing room and she pulled out her steel and let a couple off in the ceiling and told everybody to get out the dressing room, right? You remember that scene? So this is the scene that Yaya Mayweather, who is currently facing charges for assault, decided to reenact on her TikTok. The crazy part about this, right? Sounds innocent, right? The crazy part is Yaya actually pulls out a piece, her toolie. She actually pulls this out on camera, on a video recorded that she shared with hundreds of thousands of people. Do you guys think that this is a good look for her or not? Considering that she is charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. She allegedly stabbed this other girl in the arm. And the victim, she suffered nerve damage. She had to have several surgeries. So if convicted, Yaya faces up to 99 years in prison. And she plans on pleading not guilty, of course, to the charges when she's heads back to court later on this summer. But are you just trying to make your attorney's job harder, or are you trying to make, the girl, the alleged victim's attorney's job easier? Like, why would you? To me, this shows that she don't give a damn, right? Like, does she already think that she's got this in the bag because of her money? Do you think Mayweather's money can get her out of this situation? I just thought that was very reckless. And it was a poor, bad judgment. It was just a bad idea. I know TikTok is meant to be fun and stuff like that, but girl, you facing charges, like some serious charges here. So you thought it was a good idea to actually pull out a piece of steel in the video? I don't know. Like I said, people choose to be dumb. Drop your comments and let me know what you were thinking. If you are just joining the chat, welcome to another episode of The Morning Boogie with me, Royal B. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on from these fools. Remember this lady, Miss Robbie Montgomery? She was a backup singer. She was one of the Ikettes, and she ended up getting a reality show on OWN years ago called Welcome to Sweetie Pies. Remember her? Well, she is upset because her son is Tim, and he has a son, Tim Jr., which is her grandson. She wished him a happy birthday recently, but she opened up about being unable to see her grandson in the post that she posted on Instagram. And she mentioned, she hopes that she gets to see him one day. Oh, so she sent him birthday wishes via IG. And in the caption, she wrote, "Happy birthday, Timmy. Grandma loves you. Even though I can't see you, your daddy's side of the family misses you." So Miss Robbie's son, Tim, and his ex, Janae, they broke things off, a while ago. And it seems that the problems are affecting Miss Robbie because she can't see her grandbaby. So now it seems like there's beef. Now, Miss Robbie, she recently uploaded a 3-part video initially responding to her fans, suggesting that she has rights to see her grandson, right? So people were telling her, like, you have grandparent rights. So let me see if I could get this to play. So like to hear Miss Robbie's response? Here you go.
Yes, you all are right. Grandparents do have rights, and I'm going to make sure I get mine. I'm a fighter, not a quitter, and I'll go all the way. Thank you for your support. We wish Timmy a little happy birthday. We still love him, regardless. Bye-bye.
So Miss Robbie says she is going to fight for her rights. Now she is accusing her son's ex Janae of not allowing her to see her grandson. And after that video was posted, Tim's ex Janae, she began posting messages and answering fan questions on her Instagram, telling her side of the story, right? And Miss Robbie, she quickly responded, against any allegations or accusations that her son Tim is not running her social media, because they're thinking that Tim is the one responding and running her social media. So she says, Tim ain't thinking about her. That's the problem. Let me tell you something. Miss Robbie is sassy, right? But when you get that senior citizen shade, that geriatric shade, that stuff sticks. And I don't know who to believe, honestly, but Miss Robbie seems very adamant about the fact that Janae is keeping that Tim Jr. from seeing her. And she's basically saying that it's about money. So this is this is what she had to say next. I don't mean to laugh because I hate seeing things like this play out publicly, but Miss Robbie is not having it. Listen to this.
I decided I'm not going to stoop to nobody else's level. It's all about money. And I know I've spent a lot on TJ. So if it ain't about money, what is it about? Every mother wants their child to be with their father. So what's the problem? It's got to be about money. And the cameras ain't rolling, so you need to get off of it. And this is my last post. I'm not posting no more on this. I'll see you in court. Bye-bye.
What the problem is, Miss Robbie want to know. So, Janae, she posted a whole bunch of claims alleging that Tim has been abusive in the past, allegedly, and that he hasn't spent time with his son over the past 4 years, allegedly. She's also claiming that she and Miss Robbie had a good relationship until recently, citing that Tim is the one, that's the issue. So some of her Instagram posts read, I've been holding my tongue for 9 years, trying to be the bigger person, but I'm done. So people were, how you can ask questions on Instagram? Like, she's just like, so what do you want to know? Some people were asking, why couldn't you just let them see him away from your house or something like that? And she's just like, she already had plans. Someone else said, it seems like Tim and Miss Robbie are both narcissistic. Is this true? Hang in there. She put definitely. So were you implying that you made Sweetie Pies relevant enough to stay on OWN? And she replies, I said my son made the show. He was the person I watched the show to see. Then there are pictures and text messages. Someone asked, are you receiving child support? She says, nope. Was Tim abusive? I saw signs on the show that seemed as though he possibly was. She put, yup, I should have left then. Does the donor spend any time with Timmy? She said, not in the past 4 years. So you mean to tell me Tim hasn't seen his son in the past 4 years? That's interesting. Now let me tell you something. I'm not taking anyone's side because I already know how this game goes. You know what I mean? Janae, you don't know what the situation is. Miss Robbie and them could be slandering her. It could be the opposite. I already know how these things go. So she actually, she went on Instagram and she was answering questions. Someone asked, why are you keeping him from the other side of the family? Janae, she replied, 3 of his cousins just left my house. I don't keep Timmy from that side. And someone sent her a message. And she said, before anyone else says I was lying about this too. This is a message that someone sent her and she blocked out their information. Listen to this. They put, hey there. I know I never said anything to you, but if you're in need of a witness of Tim's abuse, my friends and I have your back. You don't know us, but we were outside Soho that night when Tim grabbed you and threw you on the car. I don't know who you were with, but they kind of just stood by So my friend ran over to pull him off of you. Then Tim got in his car and drove off. You were in such shock. I am so sorry this happened to you. We have not really talked about it or made it public in any way out of respect for you. But I just your post, I guess they meant to say I just saw your post about, oh God, his abuse, and want you to know we vouch for you 200%. But yeah, if you need us to back you up anytime, we got you for sure. Now this could be anyone because she had, she has the names and stuff like that blocked out, but that's some serious allegations. I don't know. He did date Jennifer Williams for a short period of time recently, and she made some allegations as well, and I think they went back and forth to court. So Janae is telling her truth, and here's the thing. See, stuff like this shouldn't be played out publicly, but it ends up that way. It's just sad. And Tim hasn't seen his son in 4 years. Why not? That's crazy. And I'm asking why not from both parties, mother and father, And yes, Miss Robbie does have rights as a grandparent. And see, all that see you in court, it's just, you could have saved that. You know what I'm saying? And Janae just airing things out. This is going to get ugly. This is really, really going to get ugly. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. So let me know if you guys remember Miss Robbie from Sweetie Pies. Do you guys remember Janae? I'll reserve my opinions. I ain't got no opinion. I'll probably put it in the chat amongst you guys. Yeah, so let's move along, okay? This situation is sad though, and I wish, oh God, people are so stupid, and kids have to be in the middle of adult stupidity. It just sucks. It really sucks. It really sucks. Anyway, oh God, this one, she's back. Loni Love, y'all. So she is addressing again the situation with Tamar and Tamar's departure from the real. Loni Love is writing a new book. Loni Love feels that none of the girls on the real should have been blamed. So she did a recent interview. She states everybody gets their day in court and everybody gets to tell their side and everybody gets to tell their truth. That's the reason why you write books. It's to tell your truth. So Loni, she is making it very clear that getting Tamar Braxton fired from the show was, quote, above her pay grade, and that she had nothing to do with it. In fact, she is claiming none of the girls should have been blamed. None of us did anything. So in her book titled, I Tried to Change So You Don't Have to, Loni Love is basically offering readers an explanation of her side of the story instead of trying to, quote, let it blow over on social media. So she goes on to explain during the interview, I used to be the person that was like, you know what, I will let it all blow over. But we live in the age now of social media where it doesn't blow over. It's there forever. There are things that everyone on the show has said that are still living. So you still have to continue to fight for your character. And I think there's nothing wrong with fighting for your character and fighting for your truth. Are we tired of Loni Love explaining herself? Now, according to Loni, right, she said that she wasn't allowed to speak on the circumstances. And now she speculates that the studio made some quote unquote mistakes by not allowing her and the co-hosts on The Real to defend themselves sooner. So Loni, she says, I've always been a strong person, and in the book, you will understand why certain things were said, why certain things weren't said. Now, I have to commend Loni for using this tactic to sell her books. I cannot knock her hustle. I won't knock her hustle. Loni said, y'all gonna pay her for her pain. I'm willing to bet that there's nothing in this book that will have me saying, oh, wow. That's just my opinion. I could totally be wrong. Because I just feel like if you weren't allowed to say anything to defend yourself sooner, how are you going to be able to put it in a book? I think it's just going to be more fluff. What do you guys think though? Like, I don't know how I feel about this whole Loni got Tamar fired. And they created the narrative. It sounds good, but I believe Tamar was the reason Tamar got fired. That's just my opinion. Loni is really going hard to defend herself. I can understand that because it's like, if you're accused of something, right? If you don't say anything, people are going to think you're guilty. If you say too much, quote unquote, too much, people are going to think you're guilty. So it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. But I can understand someone trying to clear their name because no one wants to be accused of something that they didn't do. And then there was this Cookie Hall comedian person who used to work with Loni Love who said that Loni tried to get Tamar fired, but she didn't provide any proof or anything like that. I don't know. Maybe I missed that. But do you guys think that Loni needs to just let it go? You know, I don't really like that term, let it go, but I know how some people feel. I'm not mad at her for writing a book and incorporating this in a book. Why not? You know what I mean? Like, these blogs are making money and these news outlets are making money off of her story. So why can't she make a little bit of money off of her story and get paid for her pain? But I don't think that there's going to be anything in the book that's going to be like revelatory and shocking. And, you know, it's probably the same stuff reworded that we've already heard. I mean, I may buy it, read it, review it, and then return it. I'm just keeping it real. I don't know. We'll see. But I wish her luck. You know, I wish her luck on the sales of her book. But yeah, what do you guys think of Loni Love? Do you think she is genuinely trying to clear her name because she is genuinely innocent? Or is this all a gimmick? Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, Royal Family, this concludes this episode of The Morning Boogie. You know, I didn't want to keep you guys too long. Make sure you are dropping your comments. Again, if you're watching the replay, to those of you, who are in the live chat, thank you for your participation. See you guys, perfect attendance. I'm telling you, gold stickers are going to be going out soon. All right, so I am signing off. Everyone bid everyone goodbye. Chitter chatter. Make sure you're hitting the like button if you haven't done so already. If this was your first time here, hopefully you enjoyed your stay. Consider hitting the subscribe button, making sure you're clicking the notification bell set to all so you don't miss out on any of my uploads. Did you guys watch Greenleaf? Huh? Stay tuned for that review because that will be up later. I am so excited. So I love you all for listening. And until next time, peace.